Good morning, and welcome to Bumblebee Junction.
Okay, hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. The rain is just getting started and we're getting a little bit of wind, but it's perfect day to work in the kitchen, and I want to do a little bit of canning. I'm going to can some dry goods, and this one, yeah, it's going to require a disclaimer, I'm pretty sure. So hold on, and I'll let you know what I'm up to. Okay, what I'm going to be doing today is oven canning dry goods. I have rice and beans that I would like to get dry canned, but I'm going to take you through this step by step. And remember, I said it is going to probably require a disclaimer, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use pint jars because that's pretty good kind of a portion size for us. So I've got my clean jars, rings, lids, and I have my rice in a big bowl to start out with. And I'm just using the funnel just so I don't make such a big mess. Okay, I'm going to fill that to just under the lip. Get down here where you can see it, just under the lip. And the most important part of this is you do want to put your lid and your ring on, but you want to do it very loosely. You don't want to tighten it down. You want to take it just barely finger tight and then unscrew it enough that you can't just lift the lid off so it's loose. Always remember to run your finger around all of your tops. I do it without thinking about it. I did it when I set them out, but was just thinking I probably should mention that. You don't want any kind of nick or anything on the top of this that is going to make it not seal. Just barely finger tight and then back it off to where you can lift it but not pull it off. Okay, I'm going to get the rest of these ready so I can show you the next step and tell you what I'm doing step by step. Okay, I have my oven set at 180 degrees. What you want to do is bring the temp up in this jar thoroughly throughout the rice and the beans and whatever else you're trying to do. You want to bring that temp up to 165. So I have my oven set on 180, and I'm going to put pints into the oven for 45 minutes. Now if you're working with quart-sized jars, then you'd be looking to put them in there for an hour. I am going to place these into the oven, spaced apart. Do not want them touching. I'm going to give the oven about 2 minutes to come completely back up to 180 since I had the door open. And I'm going to set the timer for 45 minutes. And as soon as I get back, I want to show you something. So hold on, and I'll be right back. Okay, this is what I wanted to show you. These are peppers that we did in the same fashion. These are cayenne peppers. And these are dehydrated tomatoes that we did. Now, I'm not going to give away anything too terrible that might upset anybody, but these have been canned for several years. And, yeah. This is going to require a disclaimer. This is not recommended, but we have done it for years. I can tell you that I have stuff up in the cabinet that I've had for 8 years like this. So, I'm going to go ahead and work on getting the rest of this put into jars so I can have it on the ready, and that way I can have my big metal table ready to bring these out and set these out. Now, as soon as I know that these are ready, I'll be right. I won't be right back, but it'll be about 45 minutes. But I will be back, and I'll show you how to take these out and seal them up. So give me just a little bit, and I'll be back. Okay, these are going to come out of the oven in about 10 minutes, but what I wanted to do was go ahead and kind of talk you through it really quick before I do it, because when I turn the camera on to do it, it's going to happen really fast. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take these jars out one by one. I'm going to use 2 cotton towels. I don't want to use pot holder because they're too thick, and I don't want to use oven gloves because they're just too big for my hands and they make me a little fumbly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take them out of the oven, and I'm going to screw that lid down fast and tight, and I'm going to set them over here. I'll move the camera so you can see the table too. But I'm going to take them out. I'm going to screw that lid down really tight, really fast. I'm going to set them on the table on top of a towel. You don't want to put them directly right on a cold surface. So I do have a towel laid out on the table, and it's going to happen really fast. So let me get set up to do that. I only got about 8 minutes, so hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, I have the first 8 out and a whole bunch more to do. So I'm going to get working on these, and I'll bring you back in just a little bit and show you the ones when they're sealed up. So hold on, let me get back to work. Okay, let's step back and show you my big metal table covered in goodies. Everybody has sealed. This is all my rice. There are 24 pints. But I did start removing the rings and labeling them because I was starting to run out of space when you first take them out. You gotta keep them separated so they can cool off. But I have 20 jars of beans. And Mark and I were having a talk. Thought we'd go through and show you a few other things that you can do very well in this same canning method. I have 11, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, yep, of potato flakes. Everybody's sealed up good. Now I did write on the top what they were, as I did with some of these other things, but I did a jar of macaroni, a jar of our taco seasoning. Let's see, I did garlic salt, flour, did 1 flour, 1 garlic salt. I did sugar, you can see it moving around in there. Did salt and dry milk. Actually, I did 3 jars of dry milk, but I have salt, sugar, flour, and you can see it moving around in there. And garlic salt, taco seasoning. Yeah. I just started going, tried to come up with everything that I could think of to go ahead and do. Made a giant table full of goodies. Yeah. But I will be doing more of these other odd things that I did. But mostly what I really wanted to do and had a lot of today were beans and rice. But like I did say earlier, there would be some people that would say you would need a disclaimer on this. There are people that believe that you can keep dry canned goods for 10 to 20 years. Now we do have some that I showed you earlier up in the cabinet that we've had for over 8 years. So, perfectly wonderful, quick way to get a bunch of dry goods put up. I'll be doing some more probably in the next coming week, but I gotta get the rings off of all of these, get them all labeled, and get them back up in the cabinet. Okay, it has been a long, busy day. It is still raining, but we haven't really got to the thicker part of the rain and the wind, but we are on flood advisory until tomorrow about 2 o'clock, I think. But been keeping an eye on the radar. Don't think it's going to be quite that bad, but sorry, there's a couple of little birdies over there having some kind of disagreement. Anyway, I know this is not a recommended canning method, but it has worked for us very well in the past. Like I said, I do have jars up in the top of the cabinet that we have had. I know the longest one I think that's up there right now is about 8 years. But we've also done dried onions, dried peppers, all kinds of wonderful things. And yeah, I had a big shelf full of boxes of rice and mashed potatoes and some bags of beans, and yeah, seemed like a perfectly wonderful thing to be doing on a nice rainy day. But yeah, I know it's not recommended, but it does work for us, and feel free to make that decision yourself. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. It has been a long day, and it is time to think about supper, and I think the perfect thing for a day like this would be a nice big pot of beef stew with a whole bunch of homegrown vegetables. So I'm going to get in there and get to work on supper. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Don't forget to ring that little bell. It'll let you know when I'm having, another wonderful day of just about anything in the kitchen. Yeah. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, anything at all in your mind, please leave them in the little box below. And if you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up. Now, it is canning season, and with the way the world's going, it is definitely not going to hurt to get a bit extra put away, and that's pretty much what I spent the day doing. But I am going to go ahead and get on out of here. Don't forget, we love you, and we'll see you in the next one.